Ce soir je fais mes courses, ma voiture un panier. Latine, Jabin, Harbi, Black, Eurasienne. Des beautés de dingue dans nos soirées parisiennes. Toute la semaine on taffe comme des oufs. Donc le week-end on s'éclate en boîte. Sunday en brunch sur les quais. Nickel, champagne, patron. À ma table des responsables et des patrons.
The Lays of Maria de France are a series of 12 short narrative poems. They're titled Guégamar, Equitan, Les Fresnay, Bisclarvet, L'Anvil, Les Deux Amants, Ionic, Laustic, Milan, Chatvel, Chevrefoil, and Eludic. The Lays generally focus on glorifying the concept of courtly love through adventures of the main character. They are told in an autosyllabic or 8-syllable verse. Very little is known about Maria de France as a person or an author. Actually, the only information we have on her is information she provides herself in her prologue to her lays. We know she's a medieval poet born in France, which is concluded from her title that she gives herself, Maria de France. And we know she wrote in England in the 12th century. The lay that I'm going to present today is Laustic. It's the second shortest of her works. And as a little summary, it's about 2 knights in an adjoining house, and the wife of the one knight is in love with the knight in the other house. They can't have an actual physical relationship, so they sit in the window at night, looking and talking to each other. The husband asked his wife why she left at night, and the wife said it was to listen to the songs of the nightingale, which is a bird. The husband then captures the bird, kills it in front of his wife, and throws the bloody bird on her. She's so upset by this, she could no longer stand in the window at night and talk to her love. So to explain her absence, she wrapped the bird in a piece of salmon and had the bird delivered to her beloved with a message. He placed the bird in a gold box, and he carried it with him for the rest of his life, and the nightingale had become a token of their love. Laustic, un aventur bustile, sunt li Brenton fluent un lay. Laustic ad non so mest avis, si la polent in lo pais. So es rossingale in francais, e nightingale in great Inglés. A literal translation of the poem Laustic, or Nightingale, would sound something like, an adventure I will tell you about which people from Brittany made a poem. Laustic, the name, this how they call it in their country. This means rusting knoll in French and nightingale in straight English. As you can see, word for word translated, that makes no sense. So this is how they write it in the book. I shall tell you an adventure about which the Britons made a low. Laustic was the name I think they gave it in their land. In French it is rossignol, and nightingale in proper English. The translation from French to English, you don't necessarily lose any meaning in this poem, or you don't lose a message in this poem. To me, what's lost in translation is the rhythm or the beat of the poem. In its original context, you definitely pick up a rhythm, and it flows a lot better than in English. It's a lot harder to get it to flow, and there's not necessarily as much of a rhythm that you pick up on it. So for the translation of Laustic from its original text of French to English, it's not a meaning that's lost, and it's not a message that's lost. It's more of the rhythm and the lyricalness of the poem that's lost in the translation. That is my presentation on Laustic. Thank you.
Ce soir je fais mes courses, ma voiture un panier. Latine, Jabin, Harbi, Black.